Welcome back to the Cruise World. Today we're excited to be on board and taking you on a tour of Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas.
Star of the Seas was built at the Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland. She has a gross tonnage of 248,663 with 20 decks and a passenger capacity of over 5,600 guests at double occupancy. With 8 neighborhoods, over 40 restaurants, bars and lounges, 7 pools, 10 whirlpools, and a complete water park, we've got a lot to see, so let's get started. We'll start today's tour on Deck 3 aft at the main dining room that extends up to Deck 5, and this is where you can go daily for complimentary breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Moving forward, we've arrived at the conference center, which you may utilize if you're part of a group on board the Star. All the way at the forward of Deck 3 is where you'll find the lower level of the music hall, which we'll see shortly, as well as the medical center. We're up to Deck 4 aft, just outside the dining room, and moving forward towards one of the most popular venues on board, it's Casino Royale. Here at Casino Royale, you'll find all your favorite slots and table games. And if you haven't already, you can join the Club Royale Rewards program so you can earn points every time you play. The more points you earn, the more perks you'll get. Drinks are never too far away while you play here at the fully stocked casino bar. Up next is the music hall. As I mentioned earlier, this venue spans decks 3 and 4 and is the perfect spot for live music, game shows, late night clubbing, and more. And all the way forward on Deck 4 and extending up to Deck 5 is the Royal Theater, where you can see amazing productions like Back to the Future the Musical, as well as special guest entertainers. Up to Deck 5 and just in front of the theater is the full-service gym. The Star of the Seas Fitness Center is stocked with all the latest cardio and weight machines. We'll exit the gym out onto the jogging track, which wraps around Deck 5 with 2.4 laps equaling 1 mile. And tucked over here on our right is a relief area for any service animals on board, as well as the official mascot of the Star, Sailor.
If you have any questions or you're ready to book your next cruise vacation, give us a call or email stmcclure@expediacruises.com.
Now we're heading back inside, and you'll see that the theater is on our left as we head towards the Royal Promenade. This fully reimagined area has 2 fully connected decks with floor-to-ceiling windows. First up on our right is Solero Beauty, and next is the Effie Jewelry Store. Now we've arrived at Sorrento's Pizza, where they're serving up hot, fresh slices throughout the day. And right across from Sorrento's is one of my favorite venues, Spotlight Karaoke. On our left is the Collection, where you can pick up designer handbags and accessories. Followed by Starbucks, where you can get your coffee fix just like you do back at home. As we turn towards the port side, straight ahead is the Royal Shop, where you'll find all kinds of Royal swag from shirts and hats to magnets, mugs, ship models, and more. And this is what everybody's talking about. It's the Pearl, which has 3,600 kinetic tiles, and this is where you'll get your first look at Star when you cross onto the ship from the gangway. Tucked just behind the Pearl is where you'll find the shore excursion desk and focus photo gallery. And over on the starboard side of the ship, across from the Pearl, are escalators that'll head down to the casino and then down onto the gangway, and just past that is the 1400 bar. The 1400 name comes from the Icon's ship number at the Meyer Turku shipyard, and the star's number is 1401. Now we're approaching the guest services desk. And next up is Port Merchants, your duty-free and liquor store. If we kept moving towards the back, we would find the upper level of the main dining room, but we're going to wrap around here, and straight ahead is the Crown and Anchor Society and Next Cruise Desk. And here on our right is the Thorn and Thistle Bar, an old-style English pub with cold beer and live guitar music in the evenings. I mentioned earlier that Deck 6 also wraps around the Promenade, and that's where we're heading now. First up here is a Royal Caribbean favorite. It's the Schooner Bar, where perfectly mixed cocktails and live entertainment come together in a warm-lit nautical-themed lounge. This is a great place to grab a drink and enjoy some piano music. Now we're entering Giovanni, Star's upcharge Italian restaurant and bar.
Don't forget to hit that like button and let us know if you have any questions.
You'll often find a band playing live music here in this space on our left, and this is also a great place to view the various parades and parties on the promenade throughout your cruise. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, the Schooner Bar is a great place for some piano fun, but if you want a piano party, then you're going to love the Dueling Piano Bar, where insanely talented musicians take your requests in a sing-along show that's not to be missed. Now's a great time to talk about the elevators here on Star of the Seas. There are no buttons on the inside to select your floor. What you do is you use this display to select your floor, and it will direct you to the proper elevator. Coming up on our right is the Crown Lounge, an exclusive area for loyalty levels Diamond and above. And right across the hall is the Royal Escape Room. And here on Star, there are two different challenges, Star Escape Diner and Star Escape Records. And there's one more area here at the very forward of Deck 6, and that's the upper level of the Fitness Center. This area has some spin bikes as well as a mat room and some consultation areas. Now we'll pop back up to finish off the upper promenade along the port side. And first up here is the Attic, the onboard comedy club. The staircase here on our left heads up to Central Park, which we'll see in a bit, but here in front of us is the Pearl Cafe, where you can get a variety of coffees and grab-and-go sandwiches, snacks, and desserts. This area is also a great spot to sit and relax, or even get some work done with outlets and charging ports at many of the seating areas. And I can't take you past the Pearl without another quick look. The Starlink Voom internet on board has been very good, but if you need assistance with the service, this is where you'll find the help. And here on our right is Bolero's, a Latin-themed club, serving up all your favorite drinks to the sound of a live band playing salsa, merengue, samba, and more. As we continue towards the aft, you'll see the entrance for the Surfside neighborhood ahead, but we still have more to see here on Deck 6, and over to our right here is Adventure Ocean. Down this hall, there are separate areas for babies 6 to 36 months old, juniors ages 3 to 12, as well as a kids' theater and a hangout area. Across from Adventure Ocean, here on the starboard side, is the Park West Art Gallery office. And now we're passing through 6th and Main, where you can pick up some Royal Caribbean activewear and more. If you don't want to miss the big game during your iconic star vacation, Playmakers has got you covered with a ton of televisions, cold beer, games, and game day foods available for an extra charge. And before we check out literally the coolest place on the ship, here on our left is Social 020, the exclusive area for your teens. And as promised, Absolute Zero is a multi-purpose venue where you can see amazing ice shows, get on the ice yourself, play laser tag, and more. Up to Deck 7 Aft and Surfside, the neighborhood designed for young families. Parents can soak up ocean views here at the Water's Edge pool while keeping an eye on their kids at Splashaway Bay and Baby Bay. Moving forward on our left is Pier 7, where you can get casual California cuisine and all-day brunch. Pier 7 is an upcharge for adults, but is free for kids 12 and under. The Lemon Post Bar features a fun atmosphere as well as separate drink menus for adults and kids. And I tried some of these and they are very good. Surfside Bites features a convenient pickup window for quick bites and desserts. There's a fun play place over on our left, and speaking of desserts, here's a Sprinkles ice cream station on our right. Straight ahead is the Surfside Carousel. And if you've got a sweet tooth, be sure to check out Sugar Beach, Star's Candy Store, and more. Back here on the starboard side is Surfside Eatery, a really neat complimentary buffet that has all your kids' favorites as well as elevated options that put a contemporary twist on all the kids' classics. Surfside is for kids, so of course there's a giant arcade. And here by this huge flamingo are stairs that lead back down to Deck 6 just outside Adventure Ocean, but we're heading up to Deck 8. You'll notice there's a slide over here to the left, and that's for kids and adults that want to get to the fun at Surfside even faster. Our final stop here in the Surfside neighborhood is the Sunshine and Sundries shop. Now we're heading into Central Park, which has become a favorite spot for many cruisers, and on the Icon class ships, it's lusher and livelier than ever, with over 30,000 more plants, 4 living walls, and the live music venue, Lou's Jazz and Blues. Over along the starboard side is the Regalia Fine Jewelry store. And if you like champagne, you'll love Bubbles, where you can grab a drink at this handy window on our right. We can see the Pearl through these windows on the left as we approach one of my favorite lunch spots on board, the Park Cafe, home of the Royal Kummelweck sandwich. And here are some great seating options where you can relax in the park and still see the ocean. To our left, we're passing a staircase that heads down to the Pearl, and coming up on our right is the Trellis Bar, where here on the Star, they offer some snacks as well as your favorite drinks. Next up, we have some great premium dining options. First is Izumi in the park, an all-day window for ice cream, sushi, and snap-worthy street foods. And of course, right next door is the Izumi Sushi and Hibachi. And if you're like me and you love a great steak, Chops Grill is also located here in the park. And finally, here at the forward of Deck 8 is the ultimate premium dining venue on board, the Lincoln Park Supper Club. Here you can embark on a multi-course journey with each musical number and every libation carefully curated and perfectly paired to complement each course. Decks 9 through 12 are reserved for staterooms, so we'll skip right past those, which brings us up to Deck 14, home of the Vitality Spa at Sea. Here on our right is the Vitality Cafe, where you can get fresh juices, smoothies, and more. Vitality offers a barber shop for the men, as well as to drive for a full-service salon. And if rest and relaxation are on your vacation menu, you're in the right place. From relaxing massages to thermal suites, the Vitality Spa has everything you need to recharge in between adventures. The Aquadome is one of the first things you'll notice when you see Star of the Seas from the outside, and inside, it doesn't disappoint. Here on Deck 15 forward, Aquadome is the place to kick back and enjoy a bite to eat or drink by day, and at night it becomes a hot spot with restaurants and bars, as well as Royal Caribbean's marquee aqua shows. First up on our right is the Royal Bling store, where you can purchase and represent your favorite cruise line with some Crown and Anchor inspired jewelry. On our left along the port side is Hooked, Star's premium seafood restaurant, as well as the celebration table area. And on our right, you'll see the impressive Aquadome, where the talented divers and performers put on amazing shows. Next up is the Overlook, and it's a great place to hang out and get some work done in these really cool pods that feature multiple outlets for charging your devices, or you can just relax in the sun and take in the amazing views. Stepping down to Deck 14, here's the Overlook Bar, and this area has a ton of fun seating options to relax in. Back up the stairs, and here on our left is the Ryan Bean, a spot where you can start your days and end your evenings with classic cups of joe and coffee-infused cocktails. Now we're entering the Aquadome Market, a fun, complimentary food hall here on the Star that features a bar as well as 5 unique food stands: La Cocinita, Feta Mediterranean, Pig Out Barbecue, Mai Tai, and my personal favorite, Creme de la Crepe. Now we're heading back outside and getting our first look at Chill Island, where there's no shortage of seating options both in and out of the sun. Here on our right is the first of the lime and coconut bars here in Chill Island, and this is always a great place to grab a cold drink on a hot day. Straight ahead is the Royal Bay Pool, and at over 5,800 square feet, it's the most expansive pool at sea. Straight ahead, those stairs will take you up to Thrill Island, and coming up on our left is a towel station. Anywhere there's water here on Star of the Seas, you can find one of these towel stations, and with 7 pools on board, there's a lot of water. Here on our left is the entrance to the Windjammer, but we'll get back here in a bit because we still have more to see here at Chill Island. Now we'll pass by some colorful and crazy seating options to try out, and definitely a cool place to chill while overlooking Central Park. Straight ahead is a slide that can get you from deck 16 to 15 in a flash, and I see a lot of kids and ice cream lovers like me utilizing this because just up here on our left is the sprinkles station. Next up on our left, there's some ping pong tables, and they're conveniently enclosed to block the wind, which isn't a friend of that tiny plastic ball. Now we're making our way down the port side of Chill Island on deck 15, and here's another lime and coconut bar. There's also 2 whirlpools in this area, as well as the Cove Pool, which overlooks the ocean. Now we're at El Loco Fresh, a great spot to grab your favorite Mexican foods that you can wash down with a margarita here at Cantina Fresca. Now, as promised, we are heading towards the Windjammer Marketplace, the go-to buffet restaurant on every Royal Caribbean ship. Whether you're here for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you'll always be able to find something that will hit the spot. The Windjammer runs along both the port and starboard sides here on the Star of the Seas, and each side also has a full-service bar for your beverage needs. Continuing in Chill Island, we'll pop up to deck 16 midship, and moving towards the aft along the port side is Swim and Tonic. This is the first of our 2 adults-only pool areas on board. Over here on the right, you'll notice some private casitas, and these are available to rent by the day. Now, they do tend to fill up fast, so book early if that's something you'd like to do. There's the slide that heads down to deck 15, but we're not taking that now because we've got something better than ice cream around the corner. That's the lime and coconut frozen cocktail bar. Now we're entering the Thrill Island neighborhood, and just ahead of us is the Crown's Edge, a fear-inducing challenge that's part skywalk, part ropes course, part thrill ride, and an all-out test of your courage 154 feet above the sea. Let us know down in the comments if you'll take the challenge of Crown's Edge. For our next thrill, it's the Adrenaline Peak rock climbing wall. We're passing by base camp on our left, but we'll be back here in just a minute. Nothing says family fun like a round of mini golf here at the Lost Dunes Putt-Putt course. And as we turn around towards the starboard side, we're getting our first look at the massive Category 6 water park. But first, we're going to take these stairs up to deck 17 to check out the sports court. Whether it's basketball, pickleball, or soccer, this is a great place to get your game on. Back down to deck 16, and we're here at the base camp, which features a full bar, as well as complimentary food items like pretzels, smash burgers, hot dogs, chicken fingers, and tots. After you eat, make sure to step around the corner so you can wash your food down with a treat from the deserted milkshake bar. As we continue alongside the water park, this area offers some great views of the Surfside neighborhood below. Just ahead are the entrances for 3 of the 6 water slides, the 2 Storm Chaser slides, and the Frightening Bolt. But right now we're heading back to one of the most popular places here on Star of the Seas, the Hideaway. The Hideaway is tucked away here at the rear of Deck 15 and combines the good vibes of a beach club and an amazing suspended infinity pool with uninterrupted ocean views. And you'll notice the day beds, which are available to rent, but just like the casitas we saw earlier, they'll book up fast, so reserve in advance. This area is for adults only and features a dedicated DJ and bar. Back up to deck 16 where we left off by the Frightening Bolt slide entrance, and we'll get one more glance of that Hideaway pool as we're heading up the staircase to access the Flowrider surf simulator. The surf's always up here, so grab your board and get ready because 30,000 gallons of rushing awesome are headed your way. Now we're entering the heart of the Category 6 water park with over 17,000 square feet of fun and the tallest drop slide at sea, an open freefall slide, a family raft slide, and mat racing duo slides. Here on our left are the entrances to the remaining 3 slides, Storm Surge, Hurricane Hunter, and the Pressure Drop. This staircase here will take you back down to deck 15 in Chill Island, but we've got one more deck to see, so we're heading up to Cloud 17. First, we'll wrap around this staircase here to show you the smoking area. And next, we'll pass by a ton of sun-soaked seating options. We've got the giant champagne glass whirlpool on our left. And now we've arrived at the Cloud 17 Lime and Coconut Bar and the Cloud 17 Pool. This area usually seems to be a pretty calm and relaxing place to spend your time. Now, technically, that does do it for the public areas of Star of the Seas. However, if you're staying in a suite, you'll have access to the suite neighborhood located on decks 16 to 19 forward. In addition to the large luxe suites, you can enjoy the Grove with a private pool, whirlpool, and casual Mediterranean dining, a multi-level sun deck, as well as the 2-deck high coastal kitchen with Aquadome views.
We hope you enjoyed this tour of Star of the Seas. If you would like to book Star of the Seas or any other ship, give me a call or email me at stmcclure@expediacruises.com.
Be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Next up, check out some of our other ship tours from Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Carnival, and more. And as always, remember, life is short and cruising is fun. We'll see you soon.